something a little different today. I have 7 tarot decks here that I wanted to show you. These are decks that on the cards have some kind of keyword or phrase to help you read them. So in some ways they're good decks for beginners. I know this is a book channel for the most part, but I do read tarot. I've been reading tarot for over a decade, and it's just something I do for fun. And I collect decks. I catalog all my decks. I have well over 100 when you count oracles and Lenormand and all of that kind of thing. So yeah, this is I just thought this would be a fun diversion, and these are in no particular order, but I'll just go through and show you some of these. Some are readily available, some might not be easy to find if you're interested in them, but we'll just go through. I'm gonna start with one of the earliest decks that I got. Hi, Crowley. When I started reading and collecting tarot. This is the Renaissance deck. I have to be really careful about which of these cards I show to you because YouTube will not like. A lot of the figures on this deck are nude. So if that's something that would bother you, then this is not the deck for you. But for example, here is the Ace of Swords, and you can see in the corners of this card there are little banners with words on them. It isn't easy to read, but in this case I think it says power, triumph. Sorry, it took me a moment to read that. So on the major arcana and court cards, however, there are not keywords. So again, this might not be the deck for you if you want keywords on every card. Here's the 7 of Cups with the little banners in the corner there. It's a really pretty deck. It is, at the time, and I've had this deck for 12 or 13 years now, it was not easy to find. I can't even remember where I saw it. I remember I had to hunt for it, though, when I realized I wanted a set. So yeah, but that is the Renaissance deck. Taken to the other extreme is the Guardian Angel Tarot. These are like more than just keywords. They have whole paragraphs on them, and this is a very sweet and gentle deck. So if you're looking for something not scary, this is a good deck for it. This the 9 of Action, which would be wands if I'm remembering right. This does not use the typical suits, but you kind of don't need it because it's going to explain it to you anyway. But like 6 of Thought, which would be swords. If you know the correspondences in tarot, swords are air or thought, wands are fire or action, that kind of thing. It's not hard, and they're all color coded too, blue for the pentacles, green for the major arcana, that kind of thing. So that also is a nice touch. These are very sweet and gentle illustrations. Like I said, nothing too scary for anybody who's a little wary of starting their tarot journey. Next is the Crystal Power Tarot by Jane Wallace. These cards have crystal kind of correspondence, and also a little phrase at the bottom of each to tell you kind of what it means when you see it in a reading. So that's a really nice touch. The illustrations are pretty basic, but the information on the card, if you want to see the crystal there, is helpful when you're reading. I like to go to my keyword tarot decks when I'm feeling frazzled and I need things to be a little more clear than me just trying to interpret it myself. So sometimes I'm just like, spoon feed me, universe. Tell me directly what you mean. The Spirit Song Tarot is another very sweet and gentle deck. It's got some gorgeous illustrations. It does, again, not use the typical suits. So Acorns is wands in this deck. It's all, animal. But, each one of them has a couple of keywords underneath. So Queen of Shells, which would be the Queen of Cups, and it says peace, compassion. It's got that cute otter on there. No, that's a seal. Sorry. I know animals. Sure I do. Six of Acorns, which would be the Six of Wands, right? And it says success, triumph. So this is a really, really nice deck. And it has a good hand feel. Like, it's easy to shuffle. It feels good in my hands. And it's the right size to hold and shuffle without being too big, too much, that kind of thing. The weight of the cards is good. Some people, that matters. After so many tarot decks, you start to notice these things. Having worked in publishing and knowing the manufacturing specs, sometimes I just happen to notice stuff like that. This 5-cent tarot, I think I got on like Etsy. It's another one where the cards have a really nice feel and they're a good size and shape. And they're super cool looking, to be honest. I just love this deck. And what's cool about this one too is that it has keywords for upright and reverse. Now, I don't typically read reversed cards, but for people who do, it's nice that when you get the card in reverse, there are words for the reverse to tell you how to read it. It's just nice. And this does not have, it's the matches instead of the wands, it's needles instead of swords, but it is still a really nice deck. And I kind of dig that it's not the glossy. It's kind of a textured. So I don't know. By the way, I apologize if the noise level goes up and down in this video. The cat keeps opening the door and letting in like kind of outside noise from the rest of the house, which is unfortunate. But if I close the door completely, he throws himself against the door, so I can't just shut the door either. If you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know that Carly is an agent of chaos. The Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. This is a really kind of fun deck. It's got really colorful, bright illustrations, and around, like you can read around their heads, there are keywords. Each card has keywords featured, like, as part of the illustration. What's also nice is that there are this is the Mother Star card, which is just a yes card, and there is also a no card in this deck. So if you're trying to do just a simple yes/no reading, this deck makes that very easy because you can just use those two cards. But yeah, I really, really love this deck. Oh, yeah, that's the Empress, see? And I just love the illustrations on it and the keywords, and it's just got a nice feel to it, which I really appreciate. Last but certainly not least, one of my most recent decks, the Cozy Witch Tarot, which I had seen some other readers using, and I just really liked it. So again, these have a little phrase or a little saying at the end of each card. Like, this is the Four of Wands, and it says, "Family is whoever makes you feel the most safe and comfortable being you." And, that's just, it's just a little food for thought. Like, so if you're reading with this deck and you pull, a card like Four of Pentacles, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again, depending on what question you're asking or if it's a general reading. I mean, of course, within reason. always within reason. The cards are reasonable, okay? Keep that in mind. The universe is reasonable. The good luck charm card in this deck is the Wheel of Fortune in most other decks. Says, if nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. Oh, you know what? I needed that card today. Having a rough time. So yeah. That is just a look at some of my tarot decks. Like I said, the ones that have keywords. I probably have more that have keywords and whatnot that I'm just didn't find when I was pawing through my shelves of decks. I didn't even look through some of my decks. I keep in these like little bags instead of in boxes, depending on what they came in. So I didn't even go through all my bags of tarot decks when I pulled these together. If you're curious about other decks, Oracle decks, Lenormand decks, tarot in general, let me know. I'm happy to do a few of these every now and then, add it to the mix, because I do love doing tarot and astrology. For me, it's just fun. I do dream interp. If you're ever wondering about a dream you had, hit me up. I'm happy to do it. But yeah, I did just finish We Solve Murders. I don't know if I'll do a book review video for that. We'll see, maybe in a couple days. But until next time, take care.